Allergies.
The immune and lymphatic system is the main system to help and stop viruses and or infections from spreading and forming. The immune and lymphatic system absorbs fats and puts it into the bloodstream. This system also involves getting rid of waste thrown out and to the body. It also has physical and chemical barriers that help prevent diseases and infections. The system also identifies what is wrong with the body and if there is a infection that is present. It also produces cytones to send to an infection, helping get rid and to fight the infection. Some parts of the immune and lymphatic system include physical and chemical features. Some of the physical features include things such as nose hairs. This will help collect particles and prevent certain germs and filtering almost germs out, but not, it doesn't have the ability to filter certain germs and other pathogens from getting in. It just filters what it can. Some other physical features are mucus and or even earwax. The lymph nodes are a big part of the lymphatic system. The lymph nodes filters things that go through the lymphatic fluid, and this lets certain things through and keeps certain things out. The lymph nodes can actually go in and determine what it wants to put into the body and what it wants to take out of the body. The spleen is also one of the big helps in the lymphatic and immune system. The spleen helps a lot with the blood and like blood germs in the blood. The spleen is responsible for creating white blood cells and sending it out into the blood. White blood cells are the main, if you want to call it, fighters of infections and will allow infections to not spread. And the white blood cells are basically the things that get rid of it and or kill the virus. The immune and lymphatic system keep the body in homeostasis by fighting infections that would otherwise knock the body out of homeostasis in many different ways. The immune system and lymphatic system fight this so it never happens and will always keep the body in homeostasis. There are two ways that this is made. There are two ways that the lymphatic and immune system prevent the going out of homeostasis. One way is the innate immunity. This is the process that it tells the body to get ready, that there is something in the body that it needs to go fight, and it does that and prevents from spread and heals the body. The other way this system keeps the body in homeostasis is adaptive immunity. This keeps the body in homeostasis by preventing infections before they even happen. Basically, the adaptive immunity keeps in mind of what it's already fought, and it has basically a memory to keep it in and to fight against viruses.
Allergies. Allergies is a number of conditions caused by hypersensitivity of the immune system to typically harmless substances in the environment. So most of the time, not everybody's allergic to the same thing. So things that are typically harmless, like pollen and things like that, some people can be allergic to, and it causes hypersensitivity in your immune system. And symptoms of having an allergy may include, but are not limited to, red eyes, an itchy rash, sneezing, a runny nose, shortness of breath, or even swelling of the place where it had touched. Like if you're allergic to grass and you touch grass, and it might make you get a rash and swell up a little bit, or even like your throat can swell if you eat a piece of food that you're allergic to. And development is due to both genetic and environmental factors. So if one of your parents is allergic to a medicine like penicillin or amoxicillin, you are more at risk to be allergic to that medication. Environmental factors also impact it, depending on where you live. Over 250 million people have food allergies, which is a lot. And some people don't know until they eat the food and it makes them have a reaction to it, because most people don't go in and get allergy tested. Um, Anaphylaxis is a serious life-threatening allergic reaction that usually occurs within a few seconds or minutes of exposure to an allergic substance. So it can be hives, swelling, sudden drop in blood pressure, and sometimes anaphylactic shock. And that is like a serious reaction to an allergy. Most time people just have red eyes, itching, rashes, sneezing, runny nose, and such. And how they treat anaphylactic shock is by an EpiPen. It's an epinephrine injection. Usually it takes 2 doses, but that's how you treat it. And the demographics: more than 50 million Americans have experienced various types of allergies each year. Allergies are the 6th leading cause of chronic illness in the United States. Females are slightly more likely to have food allergies than males, with percentages of reported reactions of 4.1 and 3.8 respectively. Non-Hispanic white children have the highest percentage of reported food allergies at 4.1, and non-Hispanic African Americans at 4.0, and Hispanic children at 3.1. So the demographics of allergies, depending on where you live, you can have more allergies. Like people in Montana tend to have a higher rate of allergies just because we have more things here to be allergic to, versus if you lived down south where it's really dry, there's not a lot of vegetation and nature, like different plants and such. That's mostly what people are allergic to. So like, yeah, there's just a lot to be allergic to in Montana. So people tend to have higher, like there's tend to be a lot more allergies, the places that are more dense in nature. And Caucasians, who have the highest rate of allergies, are about 3 times more likely to have allergies than Asians. And it could also be due to like where they live. In Asia, not quite sure why that is, but could be genetics as well. And African Americans are about 80% more likely to have a peanut allergy than Caucasians. Just an interesting fact, possibly because of like the genetics again. And Richmond, Virginia is the worst city for people with allergies because of all of the vegetation and nature that they have there, versus other places that are dry and don't really have a lot of vegetation. They also have a lot of trees that people are allergic to as well.